Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to talk about Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader results from last week. So every Monday he releases a couple of picks, usually one, but almost always like an extra bonus trade. And this week the bonus trade was phenomenal. It 10x'd over the course of the next few days, which was absolutely amazing to see. Unfortunately, I hadn't got a position in that. I got a position in the main core trade, but we'll talk about both so you guys can see what sort of trades that we're doing in Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader if you're not already a member. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can come to the article right here. What I'm doing is trying to keep a track record, but you can also find the best deals. So if the price goes down, you'll find the cheapest deals at these links right here. And I'm hoping to keep like a full track record of everything that goes on in this and really in this service. So including these videos. And so here is a chart of SMCI. This was actually the bonus trade, and even though it's not the main feature of the week, it really was because it really took off, so that makes it the main feature. So this was phenomenal. It was just like a rocket the next day, so we actually got the alert on this day right here on Wednesday, and within a day it just boomed all the way up to here, and it's continued all the way up. So let's take a look at the callouts here. So this is inside the Profit Surge Trader dashboard. You can see that basically he was buying AAP calls, which was like the main core trade on January 17th. And then also bonus trade was SMCI. So if we look on January 17th, go over to here, put this on the daily, January 17th, that was right here. So people had a chance to get in at a lower price than Nate on the next day, on the Thursday, before this thing really rocketed up. It's amazing. So I was actually trying to get in down here somewhere. That's where you'd think would be a logical, like if you I drew this line at a time, this is where you'd think you'd be able to get a decent price, right? Of course I missed it and never came down that far, and it just rocketed up. And the options that were on these were phenomenal. Like he basically 10x'd on the options. So the bonus trade here, it shows it was basically, let's see if we can open this up, 288 was the options he got at, and they were at $45 last time I looked, which is amazing. So almost 15x, I'd say, close to that. And so his reasoning was pretty simple. It was that SMC has a perfect weekly chart. I'm looking to play its name higher for run into earnings. So this wasn't a post earnings play, this was a pre-earnings play. I'm using today's symmetrical pullback for entry and buying out of the money options which expire the same week as earnings. Here's the trade plan. Initial entry 305, target entry target is 358 plus, or new lifetime highs. Stop is under 290, and so it had to squeeze on multiple time frames and basically just rocketed up from there. So that was just one of the best I've ever seen from Nate Bear. Straight up, doesn't get much easier than that. The people who played it that I know took profits at 200%, 400%, 500%, that kind of range. Nobody I know held it for like 1,000% or anything like that, because it's just too hard. Maybe somebody I don't know did it and they scaled out as it went up, but most people were at a few 100%, which was really cool. So that was really good to see. So that was really the main feature of last week's Profit Surge Trader. Really good to see like a play do that though. The main one that he played was another run into earnings. So we're in this like space at the moment where earnings are far and few between. So we're waiting for plays to actually have earnings and then have this profit surge that Nate likes to play after the earnings call has happened and once we've gapped up on a surprisingly good earnings. And so buying AAP calls, this was basically play into earnings. Here's the technicals behind it as well. So it said his earnings coming up on the 12th of February is a very attractive pattern. So you can see this woodpecker pattern pretty clearly right here. You can open this in a new browser actually. Sometimes you can see it open in a new tab. Sometimes you can see it a bit better like that. So yeah, so AAP has earnings coming up on the 12th of February. It's a very attractive pattern. So here's this the woodpecker pattern like this. Is long base. I believe AAP can move higher into earnings as such. I'm buying calls here. Here's a trade plan, and then he outlines his trade plan for people. And then this thing took off and hit 50% profits today, which was pretty cool to see. So both trades worked out really, really quite well. If we look at AAP now, I haven't actually looked at it because I actually sold for like 11% or something like the next day. But yeah, you can see that this was the base that he was talking about, and this thing just took off and not as impressive as SMCI, but still really good for the options, and a 50% win for Nate on that trade as well. And so he posts those right here. I'll go down a little bit. So he was talking about how SMCI was up after hours on the 400 call, updated it, and that was because there was updated earnings preliminary data. It looks very good indeed, so people were reacting to that. And then he just took it very quickly at 170%. So he didn't hold this thing that long at all that morning. He sold that on that spike pretty quickly. And then finally AAP, he closed the $60 calls near 680 and booked that winner as well. So another amazing week in Profit Surge Trader. And yeah, I'm liking his woodpecker pattern. Kind of cool. And I'm feeling like this guy is just hitting winner after winner after winner. So definitely make sure to come and check out the full review. I'm not sure if I updated the review. Let's have a look. Let's see. If not, I need to put this video in at least. So all the target stuff. I'm trying to put every week's stuff in here so you guys can see what you're actually getting. There was another woodpecker one. That was Microsoft. So Microsoft was amazing as well. So I did update the Microsoft stuff in early January up to this point. And then let me see, PDT. So yeah, so I'm going to update the review here to include this last week's trades in it to make sure that everything's kept up to date. But you can see that MSFT was the similar win and a similar pattern as woodpecker plus squeezies on multiple time frames as was the one from this week, AAP. So the woodpecker, the famous woodpecker, kind of comes up from here, goes up to here, comes down, and then we're looking for a breakout, and that's exactly what happened. So really phenomenal. So yeah, I highly recommend this. I really do. I think it's one of the best services for buy-side options there is. I think it's something, if you're looking to buy trades, they divulge their full track record as well, so there's nothing to hide here whatsoever. Oh, and I'm actually interviewing Nate Bear himself, this guy right here, on the 31st of this month. So I'm really excited. 9 days from now, he turned 37,000 into 2.7 million in just 4 years. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to ask him all the questions, and hopefully you guys have questions for him and you can turn up. If you want to attend that, it's basically going to be live on this channel, so all you have to do is subscribe and hit the bell notification. That'll tell you when I go live. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern time on the 31st of January, so it's going to be really good. We're going to be able to ask him whatever. The chat's going to be open for you guys to ask questions and see what you can make of this, and whether it's something that would be right for you to join Profit Surge Trader. Or if you're in Profit Surge Trader, he does do like a daily service. So Profit Surge Trader is just once a week, but he does have something called Daily Live, where he actually is trying to turn 37,000 into millions of dollars again, which could be very appealing if that's your idea of fun, is to trade daily and aggressively and try to make that big money. And there's two names to the service. One ticker payouts is one, because it's basically one ticker usually for the month, but this month's been a little different because of earnings season. It's not quite right. We're a little bit off. Or Profit Surge Trader. And the idea is Profit Surge Trader. There's a thing called the Profit Surge after earnings, or even before earnings, but you can usually have it after earnings. And Profit Surge Trader is used, he uses the squeezies, his technical analysis, and his Profit Surge to capitalize on all the action. So I'm really happy with the service so far. It's definitely number one for simple trading. I missed it today. I'm going to look for entries tomorrow, which is cool because often it pulls back on day, the second day. So like for this guy here, you could still get in like throughout that day, and as long as you got in early that day, you still could get in on the next day. And you saw on SMCI how slowly it actually went. It was like a down day before it ripped. So remember, where my cursor is right now was when the alert was. It was the 17th. It was weird because we're just coming back from Martin Luther King Day, I think. And then we had a down day. And so you could get down below where Nate got it, and then it ripped higher. So it's not always this huge rush that people think to get into these trades as fast as possible. Anyway, make sure you don't miss the Nate Bear Profit Surge Trader interview. I'm really excited about that. It's on the 31st of January. And also make sure you come and check out the article with all the information, everything I've talked about now, plus a lot more. And hopefully that'll be useful to you guys. Alright, talk to you soon.